All right, welcome to the fundamental module overview video. Notice that right away it'd be the class agenda. So under the class agenda, you can see for Tuesday, I'll clarify the template for the individual assignment. There's some points, content points that I'd like to clarify. So I'm calling that the fun lecture. It'll be short. And then you're going to have some time to work on your individual assignment. And then on Thursday, we'll clarify whatever issues need to be clarified to date. And you'll have some additional time to work on individual assignment. The following Tuesday, I'm going to clarify the team summary report and give you some time to coordinate that. And then on Thursday, I'm going to clarify the upcoming group module and let you finish off your team summary reports, and you'll be selecting new team roles within your teams during that class. All right, so if we go back and let's look at the individual posts. Once again, you can see it's 25 points, see the due date. This one will have starts the process of using behavioral interview questions. Since this is the first time, there's a video to help you with that. You'll use the STAR approach. Beginning with this behavioral interview question, you'll use that STAR approach for every module that follows. Then we get into the IDC West simulation. The simulation will always deal with the content for that module. So for example, as you work your way through this simulation, you'll see it deals with the content in the fundamentals chapter. You're going to apply the map process to the Oil Hat Joe scenario, and there's you see there's 3 video segments to that. Then you're going to highlight an important concept from the content. I'll show you where the content is just a minute here. Also your reactions, and then a conclusion, and then you'll come back and you'll be ready to do the summary. Now, I've also included a best practices video simply because students like that. This is not an exact fit because this best practice video is from an online class, so their assignment was just a little bit different. Not a lot different, but a little bit. But you can watch this and you can see both format and content as an example. So let's switch back here to the module. You're going to have a quiz. Since there's content now, there'll be a quiz with each of these modules. You can see there's a due date. There's 30 points on the quiz. Then you're going to start to work your way through the content. Notice it says fundamental content, chapter, introduction, principle. And so you're going to start there. Now, if I were to open this, and if we look at this, let me get up here and capture this. The principles management can be taught and learned. So that is key to the IDC West simulation. And then you can see you have your behavioral interview question, and then it gets into the content. There's a practice quiz. I'd recommend you take the practice quiz before you take the final quiz. In other words, this prepares you for this. And then you have the situation. There's an episode. The episode is in script and in video. That's just a personal preference. It's the same content. And then there's a part B, same thing. And then notice there's a competency A, overview and definition. Now you have more content. The definition, another practice quiz, and then you have a situation. Then you have competency B, same format. You have content, you have a practice quiz, you have a situation, and you have competency C, content, and a practice quiz, and a situation. All of these, you notice, are in the individual posts. And then you have your conclusion. So same thing, script videos. So you can see how this is laid out, where you access your content, you practice, you have practice quizzes to prepare you for the graded quiz. The graded quiz, as you can see, is due at the end of the module. So that's September 23rd. So that gives you time to do all of this work. If there's questions, I'll be clarifying questions in class. And then we have the team summary. Let me see if I've got the team summary up here. You have the individual post and the team summary. Of course, this is the individual post. You can see for the individual post, you're going to start with an introduction, a behavioral interview question. Tip to go through that. You have the IDC West simulation and the Oil Hat Joe scenario and best practice video. Then you can see there's format down here. All right, let's take a look at the team summary. We'll be working on this in class, and you're going to be summarizing the questions that are listed here on the individual posts. So that's how they relate. And back to content. And all of the content modules that follow will be formatted in the same way. Now, if I add any new content, I'll place that new content always at the top where we start. So, for example, I'll have class agenda. If there's any new content added, I'll add it in down there. And then you have all of the content from there. Once again, if we have questions, I'm going to do a brief clarification in class as well. Thanks.